Yes, we're definitely close, aren't we?
Yeah, well, we're close. I think we've certainly got closer with age. We had a certain, a few years when I was a teenager that I was an absolute nightmare.
Well, inevitably teenage years are awkward anyway.
Yeah, but mine were pretty spectacular.
Yours were spectacular, I must admit they were, darling. They were worrying, to say the least.
Yeah.
And then you grew out of it and you became a totally different person after that. You just matured.
Yeah.
That's nice.
I'm glad you think so. So, do you think we're at all similar?
I think in lots of ways. We're both fun-loving.
We like a good time.
We like a good time, definitely. I think you're much more serious and ambitious than I ever was. I was never ambitious or wanted I would like to have got ahead. I mean, I would love to have done that, but it were not in the same way as you.
I don't think I'm actually that ambitious, weirdly. I just think that
No, you're much more focused than I ever was. Yeah, I think there's that.
I don't know. I've always found, what's been really interesting is obviously there's a movement at the moment which has been a long time coming, but it's very poignant at the moment. We're talking about feminism, and it's really interesting because you, through circumstance, were a single mum, brought 3 kids up on your own, came, when my father broke up, came from absolutely nothing and then built up like the most amazing home, and it was always really. I always think subconsciously that's really embedded into me, and I think that that's made me be more of a powerhouse and far more, like I said, I don't really think it's ambition, but it's like this need to succeed and achieve and not to fall flat, and I think that's definitely come from you for sure. Because that time you were an absolute you just had to crack on, didn't you? There was no messing about.
No, there was no messing about at all. No, we had to crack on. It was sink or swim time, and we swam.
Yeah, no, for sure. So I think your style, you've always I think you're very classic, but you like to make a bit of a statement. So, you're more likely to have classic lines, quite elegant, but then you might have one wacky element to it, whether it be a big piece of jewellery that's quite a statement piece, or, I'm trying to think of us going out, some of the stuff you had would be pretty...
You'd have something. Coat.
Yeah, you'd have a wacky coat, or you'd have something really glittery, or you'd have a huge handbag, or there's one piece about it that would be really statement.
Yes, and you? I think you're very, obviously, very up to the minute anyway.
Do you think? I'd say quite the contrary.
No, up to the minute in a vintage way.
Yeah.
Which you really enjoy. And also, you're quite classical in your dress as well.
Yeah, I am now, for sure.
Gizzi, if you remember rightly, when you were very young, you would only wear your boys' clothes at one stage, little shorts and trousers the whole time. And to try and get you into a dress for a party, although I did manage to get you into dresses for parties, you didn't like it at all. No. You hated it. And then that all changed.
Yeah.
Just once you hit your teenage years, it was a totally different thing.
Started off with I love Courtney Love, and I just wanted to wear sort of little tiny baby doll dresses and ripped fishnets and DMs.
Well, hence your punk fashion when you were in your teens, where you used to wear the most horrendous things, like hot pants with stockings and suspenders and pointy Madonna bras.
We talk about the punk phase, that obviously developed into me being I was a massive scenester in the sort of subculture thing growing up, and that went into sort of me loving psychobilly, which then went into me loving rockabilly, which then got me into the 60s garage scene, which is kind of how my style developed. It went from sort of street punk all the way through to 60s. So I still think that's why, even when I look at 60s clothes and the clothes that I wear and my style, I still feel like there's still a hint towards the punk stuff, or at least wanting to be a bit outlandish, I guess. So I think over the last couple of years, that's the truth. I think that I went through a phase of having very much a signature look, which was little 60s dress, beehive, flat shoes. That was kind of my look, and I still have that. That I think is But you know, now I'll definitely wear more trousers, and I'll definitely wear, you know, high-waisted jeans and.
No, you'll wear
boots.
all-in-one pieces and sort of boiler suits and that sort of. Well, not boiler suits. What are they called? Those the thing.
Jumpsuits.
Jumpsuits.
Yeah.
Which you like, but never let your style become too old. That's really important.
Yeah,
You've
you
still
don't
got
have
to
that.
be young and bussy. Well, sometimes I do.
No, you
sometimes
don't.
I look 100 and under the bed.
Yeah, well, I probably do as well. Like, you know, I always think you always like the hot mum as well. Everyone always was. I remember. I probably shouldn't say this. We had a friend. Daddy had to, because my father was a photographer. And Daddy had some rude pictures of you that we found, and one of my mates who was a punk stole them.
I hope not. Oh dear. Oh well.
Yeah, that did actually happen.
I'm glad you're blushing through the makeup. That's good.
Yeah.
I'll have them back.
Yeah. You did look great.
I'd like to see them. Yeah, we were in Covent Garden.
Oh yeah, we did.
Yeah, we went shopping together and it was good. And we were choosing things that were totally different, obviously, but then there were some things that we chose together that kind of suited us both. No,
I
but
do
it's
remember
nice
being in
to be
Covent
able
Garden.
to find a brand which suits
both
the
of
older
us.
woman and the younger woman.
I know.
And that's really nice, because basically it means that the younger woman feels more sophisticated and the older woman feels a lot younger, which is very useful. I remember I had a dress very similar to this and I loved it, absolutely adored it.
You always bang on about drop-waisted everything.
I know,
You're always
I
trying to
love
get me in a drop waist.
I know it's true, because I think drop waists are really flattering. Flares with satin shirts with long collars, and they were sort of very South American looking, so it was hysterical. But the flares I definitely remember.
You wouldn't have worn them with a crop top. See, if I had, I probably would have.
That's actually very.
I actually
very
would have
smart.
years ago. I think that's amazing. It's a
That
great
is nice.
outfit. All right. Oh my
Yeah.
god, these are amazing. I love these. These are really great.
Yes, those are.
Oh my god, those are incredible.
Definitely 1970s. Those.
Those are incredible. I
But
really
they're
want
brilliant.
These. It is cool though that these are kind of like quite a mixture of different like styles that have come back, and they're always going to be classics, aren't they?
But they suit a variety of ages, age range. It's a good collection because it suits one and all.
Yeah.
Which
I
is
think what
nice.
we'd
I mean,
be
obviously
fighting
some
over.
things are slightly for younger people, but also, I mean, I could certainly wear some of those. Definitely.
I think we'd probably be fighting over these guys.
Maybe.
I think I want these.